I got baby number one on the ground with me. She is just the cutest. Anyways, what's up, bargain family? Welcome back to my channel. So today for you guys, I have a pregnancy update video. It's the main reason why I've been MIA. My pregnancy just started to get really crazy. And I'm currently in the nursery. Pepper. So we got a recliner in the room now, and Pepper likes to get on the recliner and look out the window, but there's stuff on the recliner and she's crying because she can't get on top of it. Give me a sec. We found out that I am going to end up being induced early, either week 36 or week 37. It could be 36 weeks and 5 days, 37 weeks and 1 day. It could be something like that, but within that range. So in my last video, I told you guys that I was experiencing really bad itchiness, and I am allergic to grass, dust, and mold. If I sit on fresh cut grass, I get really itchy and I'll get like hives and stuff. But this was an itch that just wasn't normal. It's not an itch I've ever experienced, and when I get itchy from an allergy, it's not like it's all over my body, and this was all over my body. My head never itches, and my head was crazy itchy, back of my neck, just anywhere, my knuckles, in between my hand, the palms of my hand, my feet. So I told you guys about the itchiness, and I Google everything. So I stopped sleeping because of it. I couldn't sleep. I would stay up all night, like try to go to bed at 11 p.m., but I wouldn't actually fall asleep until the next day, usually around like 7 a.m. So I knew this itchiness wasn't normal, and I ended up Googling it because I Google every symptom I ever have. And there was only two things that kept popping up. One of them was just like, oh, it's normal, it's pregnancy. And then the other thing was called cholestasis. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Cholestasis and pregnancy. And I didn't mention it in the video because I didn't know if I had it. I wasn't going to sit there being like, I Googled this and it says maybe I have it. So I told you guys also in that video, I wrote to the doctor, and I ended up calling them too and telling them that I was severely itching. I wasn't sleeping anymore. I was taking allergy pills. This itch didn't feel normal to me. But the doctor just told me to take Benadryl and see a dermatologist. And I was really upset that they said that, because I read about the cholestasis and I was like, man, I really think that I have this. I had an appointment coming up, so I didn't sit there fighting with her because I had an appointment coming up. And where I go to, there's no guarantee that the doctor I have is going to deliver my baby. So since I've been going to this hospital, I just see a bunch of different doctors, because I'm like, if I'm not guaranteed that I'm going to see a certain doctor, I'd rather get to know everybody that could possibly deliver my baby. And I haven't had any real complications in pregnancy. It's just kind of been a normal pregnancy, even though like it's not the most comfortable. It's still normal things that have been happening, like morning sickness or carpal tunnel, things like that, more normal things. So it's not like I wanted to see the same doctor over and over again. I was going to be seeing a different doctor this time around, so I was like, whatever, this lady, I'm not going to deal with her. I ended up going to the next appointment with a different doctor, and I told them, I was like, I'm severely itchy. I'm not sleeping anymore. And she goes, right away, we're going to check your liver enzymes. So basically, I tested positive for this thing called cholestasis in pregnancy. I know I'm not going to do the best job of describing it, but basically, bile acid starts to build up inside of your liver and slowly release, and it ends up in your bloodstream. And the main symptom that a mom gets is severe itching, mainly on the palms of their hand and the bottom of their feet, which I had them both, but all over. So I had it here, there, and then everywhere else. And some women is just focused in those areas. Some women don't even experience the itching. Most women, I think, do. So that's the main symptom that the mom gets. There's other things that the mom can get, but that is the main symptom. And basically, cholestasis for a mother, for the most part, it's harmless and it goes away after the mother gives birth. But it can be complicated for the baby. It can cause stillbirth. It can cause the baby to be born early. So what ends up happening is, if you are diagnosed with this, you're going to be monitored weekly. So my levels, they were mild, but like the higher side of mild. And you get put on a medication. So I got put on this medication that has helped a lot with the itching. And for some people, it doesn't help with the itching, because this medication isn't really meant to take away that itching, because the bile that is in your system that is causing the itching, the medicine doesn't deal with that. So it's kind of like, it might help, it might not. For me, it's been helping. I'm still itchy, but I'm not itchy to the point where I can't sleep. Like, I go to bed itchy, and calamine lotion's working for me, versus before, if I just tried calamine lotion and I wasn't on the medication, it didn't do anything for me. I don't know if I said this already, but when I mentioned the itching, people were like, try this, try that. And I was trying a lot of different things. I wasn't trying it back to back because I know like you can't really do that. But at first I was just trying lotions, and I started to do more organic lotions because I was thinking maybe I'm allergic to fragrance, maybe I'm allergic to this, that. And I was breaking out from every single lotion that I was trying, getting hives. So again, that's how like I knew something was wrong, because I'm like, these lotions aren't working. Then I started to use anti-itch lotions and nothing worked. Something that would normally work for me when I have a reaction wasn't like working for me. Anyhow, so it could be harmful for the baby. So what ends up happening is you end up going for a weekly non-stress test to make sure that the baby is doing well. And for me, I don't know if it's like this for every case, but for me, I'm going in for weekly amniotic fluid ultrasounds. And so they're checking the amniotic fluid, making sure that the baby's okay. And I will continue to do this until week 37 or week 36. I said that kind of backwards. And then the doctor closer to is going to figure out when I'll end up being induced. I had read before that some women are able to get their acid under control, and then it gets to a normal level and they try pushing it off as much as they can. Like they tell the doctor that they don't want to be induced. I don't know if it really works like that, but I did ask my doctor. I was like, so is week 38, 39 off the table for me? Or if I get my acid under control, can I deliver later on? And she told me, so it's like every hospital is different, because for some hospitals, if you have cholestasis, even if you have like a higher number, they might induce you at 38 weeks. It depends on the hospital. I've been doing a lot of research on this, but my hospital, she told me that because I was diagnosed earlier on, that I will have to be induced either week 36 or 37. And if it would have been later on in my third trimester, I would have been induced like week 38, 39. I know for some women, if it's really like close to the 40 weeks, that they kind of induce them right away rather than waiting for the test. So it's all different. I just don't know when exactly I'm going to be induced, but I know that it's going to be earlier. So when Matt and I found that out, we found that out on Memorial Day nighttime. And the reason why this ends up in induction, because as I just stated, like it can cause these issues for the baby. After week 37, the acid really starts to skyrocket at that point. So you want to be induced early, and it's safer for the baby. I'm praying that I'm personally induced like week 37 and something days, that I'm able to keep the acid under control, just because I rather give birth to him as late as I possibly can. I know that 37 weeks is considered full term. She also talked to me, the doctor, about like if I do give birth at 36 weeks, he might end up in the NICU, but it won't be for a long time. So, you know, I am nervous about this, but I'm doing way better than when I initially found out, because when I initially found out I was freaking out. But then after going in, seeing that the baby's doing well, seeing that my amniotic fluid was fine, I felt a lot better about it, because now I know he's being monitored, I'm being monitored, and if anything happens, you know, they're going to take the right steps for me and the baby. So yeah, once we found that out, we were like, okay, we have to start getting ready for this baby. We have been getting ready for him, but we have been putting off the nursery. We have been putting off buying some things. We ended up going to buy him some outfits and stuff. And then the nursery we started on, it's pretty much done. There's still some things I need to get done. I will share with you guys when it's done completely. But what ended up happening, I told you guys that this is my filming room, or where I usually film, and all my stuff was inside of here, and we were waiting for the basement to get done. But every single time Matt starts working on the basement, we find a new issue. So we knew that the basement wasn't going to be done in time for the baby. So what we ended up doing was taking my stuff out, putting some of it in the basement so it's not in the way of where things need to get worked on. And then a lot of it we ended up sticking inside of the garage. So we got the stuff out and we started on the nursery. Like I said, it's almost done. We started on the nursery because we know that you can do it after the baby's born, but we know us. We know that once the baby's born, the chances that the nursery is going to get done is like really low. We'll end up like building his crib and stuff, and it will never look the way that I envisioned it to look. So yeah, we did the basement. We started working on other parts of the house, getting it ready for the baby. And then this past weekend, I had my one of two it's called drop-off baby shower. So essentially, it's more of a no-contact baby shower. and people can drop off a gift, take a favor, and then leave. So we had it on my side of the family first, and then Matt's is in 2 weeks from now. And we did 2 separate ones just because if we would have did one together, we know that it would have been too crowded and too many people at once coming in the front of the house. So we wanted it to be more spaced out when people came, so there wasn't too many people. Pretty much everybody wore a mask, so it was kind of weird because some people had the mask and the sunglasses, and I haven't seen them in forever, and it didn't even look like they had a face to me. So grateful to everybody who came and gave me a gift, like so grateful, because I told you guys babies are expensive, and again I've been told like babies are expensive as you make them. But no, babies are expensive. Even like just diapers and food, that gets expensive. So I'm very thankful for everybody who gave me some diapers. The other thing I'm experiencing really bad right now is carpal tunnel. I told you guys that, but it's getting really, really, really bad. My doctor told me that for most women it goes away after pregnancy, but for some women it doesn't. So you might need to get shots. You might end up having to get surgery. So I'm trying to like just wait it out. Because for me personally, 36 weeks is 3 weeks away, and 37 weeks is a month away, so 4 weeks away. So I'm like, maybe I could just hold out, see what happens after pregnancy. We'll see, but it's really, really bad. I wear braces on both hands pretty much all day. I took them off for the day right now because I don't know if I'm supposed to be wearing it all day, 24/7. And I feel like this finger right here started to swell up because of the brace. So I took them off. But for the most part, I'm just wearing braces. And they do help, but they don't completely take it away. I have it like all the time. It's not just because I slept on my shoulder a funny way or something like that. Like, I just have it all the time. It's not comfortable at all. And I'm praying it goes away after pregnancy so I don't need anything drastic. I had a couple of friends say that they got the shots and they helped right away for them. And they got them like during pregnancy. But I don't know if I'm going to go do that because like I said, I don't know. I'm so close now that I think I'm going to try to wait it out. But if it gets too bad, I guess we'll see what happens. I don't have a date though that I'm going to be induced. The doctor said we'll discuss that the closer that I get. So we'll see. So it's just been me getting ready for the baby and trying to keep my stress to a minimum. I have to try to keep my stress to a minimum. You know, there's so much going on in the world right now, and it's just like sad, depressing things that have been going on forever. And I'm very aware of what's going on in the news, but sometimes I have to step back and I can't look at things because it makes me even more stressed. And it's like I can't get stressed right now. I want to try to stay as healthy and stress-free for the baby right now. So yeah, that's been my life right now. It's just some weird condition that women get. I heard that. So this is what my doctor told me. She's like, it's not normal, but it is. And then when you look at like statistics for this thing, it says it basically says the same thing. It's like it's not normal, but it kind of sort of is. And there's just not enough research on it, which I feel like they should do more research on it, especially since it's something that could be so harmful for a baby. I don't know, but that's me right now. And you know, don't freak out. I don't want you guys freaking out. And this is the thing, if you've had this and your experience was way different, try not to tell me that you had like a terrible experience, because I know some people might be like, I know this person who this, that, and that. Like, that doesn't help me. I'm not that person, and I don't want to hear like anything really, really bad about this. I joined a Facebook group dealing with this, and I've been doing a lot of research, and I've noticed that if you figure out that you have this, especially sooner, you know, and you start to get monitored, you start to take your medication, you know, your complications for the baby, it decreases significantly. It decreases significantly. And yeah, your baby can still end up in the NICU, but it's not like they'll be there for a very long time and it gets too complicated. So I have a more positive outlook on it. I am scared though, but I'm scared to give birth in general. Like, even if it was more natural, like I'm not, it's not, I have like a very low pain threshold, so it's not like I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do this. No, I'm like, I'm very scared. Hopefully it doesn't hurt. We will see. But I know the end is going to be awesome. Also, we still don't have a name for the baby. We actually are closer though to having a name now. There's a name we agreed on, but we still don't know if it's it. So we will see. I'm hoping it's it, because I would get one of the names that I wanted and Matt would get one of the names he wanted. but we will see. But we don't have a name for sure. I guess the only good thing about this condition, which it's nothing good, but it's that I get to see him every week. You know, your ultrasounds, it's not every week. You get it like once every couple of, like, I think 3 months, something like that, like once every trimester. But for me, I'm getting them weekly just because I have to see the amniotic fluid. And they're not on me for a long time, because I know like some people are like anti-ultrasound and saying that it could do this and that to the baby. It's not a very detailed ultrasound. They kind of just could go quickly, but I do get to see his face. Yeah, we don't know who he looks like. We don't know if he looks more like Matt or me. We know that he has my lips. But, like, for the most part, in my opinion, it kind of looks like Matt. He kind of looks like Matt. And then he has my lips. So, yes, that's it. I think that's all I have to update you guys on. Yeah. And don't worry about me. I'm doing good. And I cannot wait to show you guys the bedroom. It's not exactly how I envisioned it, but that's because I'll explain it. Mainly, I have 2 walls that are, like, blue and the other 2 that are white. And that's because if I would have painted the other walls blue, I film in this room, and I plan on filming in this room even when the baby is born, like when Matt's in the front taking care of him and I need to go film something, I'll come here. And if I painted these other 2 walls blue, when I film, I would turn very blue because the camera goes into a cool tone if it's against a blue wall, and I'll come out looking blue. So I left these 2 walls white. You'll see what I'm talking about. I need to quit rambling at this point. So I hope you guys are all doing well as you can. I will definitely try my best to keep you guys updated, and hopefully I can film a DIY before then. And I know people are always like, Bethany, don't worry about us, we'll still be here when you come back. But I love to film DIYs. I love to film in general, but it's just I've been very busy, and I really want to film a DIY, but my hands are like honestly not functioning the greatest right now. So we will see. Yeah, today I think I'm going to Dollar Tree though, which I'm excited about. We will see. Okay, I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I hope you guys are all doing well. I will see you guys next time. Don't know when that is. Oh yeah, before I go, baby bump. I feel like my baby bump is looking the same, like I stalled out or something, but I don't know, because my doctor didn't tell me I stalled. This is my baby bump. I'm wearing a Cheeto shirt right now. But yeah, here I am in all my baby bump glory. Yep, okay. Take care. Bye.